Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something that almost every English learner struggles with. And that is the moment when someone asks you a question in English and your brain just freezes. You know the words, you've studied grammar, but when it's time to speak, everything feels slow. You feel like you're running a program that keeps crashing. And here's why that happens. You are not speaking English. You are translating into English. That's a completely different thing. When you translate, your brain is doing double work. First, it thinks in your mother tongue, then it converts. That extra step costs you time, confidence, and fluency. But here's the truth. You can rewire your brain. You don't need to move abroad. You don't need a speaking partner every day. You just need the right small habits. Today I'm going to share 5 of those habits. Simple, practical, and something you can start doing from tomorrow morning. The first habit sounds almost too easy, but it's one of the most effective things you can do. Start labeling the objects around you in English, not out loud, just in your mind. You wake up, you look at the ceiling, you think, ceiling, you pick up your phone, screen, charger, notification. You walk to the bathroom, mirror, towel, toothbrush. Why does this work? Because your brain learns by repetition and by association. When you connect an English word directly to the object, not through your language, but directly, the word becomes automatic. Most learners know the word window, but still think of their own language word first, then translate. This habit breaks that chain. Start with just 5 objects a day. Over 1 week, that's 35 words that now live directly in English in your brain. After 1 month, you have over 100, and none of them required any studying. The secret is doing it during your normal routine. When you're getting dressed, eating breakfast, waiting for the bus, you're not adding extra time. You're just using your existing time differently. Imagine you are a sports commentator. Your job is to describe exactly what is happening, live, moment by moment. Now do that for your own life. When you're cooking, I'm adding oil to the pan, the onions are turning golden, the kitchen smells amazing. When you're commuting, the train is crowded today, I'm standing near the door, someone just got off at the last stop. When you're working, I'm reading through these emails, this one needs a reply. I'll save the other one for later. This technique is powerful for 2 reasons. First, you are using English in real context, not invented sentences from a textbook, but real things happening to you. Second, you are training your brain to narrate in English naturally, without planning. At first, your commentary will be slow and simple. That's perfectly fine. Simple is exactly where you start. Over days and weeks, your commentary becomes faster, richer, more natural. And here's a bonus. When you get used to describing things in present tense, past tense follows easily. Tonight, before bed, you narrate your day in past tense. I woke up late, I rushed through breakfast, work was stressful, but I handled it. Now you're using both tenses without a single grammar drill. This one changed everything for many learners I've spoken to. Start having a conversation with yourself. In English, inside your head. It works like this. You ask a simple question and you answer it. No partner needed, no judgment, just you and your own thoughts. What am I looking forward to this week? Probably the weekend. I want to cook something new and maybe go for a walk. If I had 1 extra hour today, what would I do with it? Honestly, I'd probably just sleep, but I'd want to read something interesting. What's one thing I did well today? I finished that report on time. That felt good. Notice what's happening here. You are not translating these answers. You are generating them directly in English because the question was in English. This is how native speakers think. The language of the question shapes the language of the answer. And here's an important point. When you don't know a word, don't stop. Describe it a different way. If you forget the word exhausted, just say very, very tired. Real conversations work this way too. Fluency is not about having every word. It's about keeping the flow going. Here's something important that many learners get wrong. They listen to English to study it. But what you actually want is to listen to English the way you listen to music, not to analyze it, but to absorb it. When you listen to a song you love, you don't sit down with a grammar book. You just hear it again and again, and slowly the words become part of you. One day you notice you're humming the words without trying. That's the kind of listening I'm talking about. Find something in English that genuinely interests you. A podcast about football, true crime, travel, cooking, whatever pulls you in. Watch YouTube videos about topics you actually care about. The interest is what makes your brain pay attention without forcing it. Even 15 minutes a day, if it's consistent, will rewire your ear. You'll start noticing how phrases connect, how questions sound different from statements, how native speakers pause and breathe and emphasize certain words. And slowly, without memorizing anything deliberately, these patterns will start appearing in your own speech. One practical tip: find a short video, even just 1 or 2 minutes long, and watch it 3 times. First time, just enjoy it. Second time, pay attention to one phrase that sounds natural to you. Third time, say that phrase out loud right after the speaker says it. This is called active listening, and it's one of the fastest ways to improve. The last habit takes about 3 minutes before you sleep, and it might be the most powerful one of all. Every night, write 3 sentences in English about your day. Just 3. Not a paragraph, not an essay. 3 sentences. The meeting ran long, but we made a decision. I had rice for lunch and it was too spicy. I called my mother in the evening. Why 3 sentences? Because 3 is easy enough that you'll actually do it. It doesn't feel like homework. It doesn't require energy after a long day. But it asks your brain to organize your experience in English, and that is the exact process that builds thinking in English. Over time, you'll notice your sentences getting longer on their own. You'll want to add details. You'll experiment with new words you heard that day. What starts as 3 simple sentences becomes a window into your English thinking and a record of your progress. You can do this in a notes app on your phone, a small notebook, or even a voice note where you speak instead of write. The format doesn't matter. What matters is the habit. If you do just this one thing, 3 sentences every night, your English brain will grow faster than you expect. So let's bring it all together. 5 habits. 5 simple shifts that don't require extra time, a speaking partner, or living in an English-speaking country. 1. Label the world around you in English. 2. Run a live commentary of your own day. 3. Ask yourself questions and answer them in English. 4. Absorb English through things you actually enjoy. 5. Write 3 honest sentences every night. None of these are difficult, but all of them require consistency. And that's the real secret. Not talent, not grammar drills, just showing up every single day with a little bit of English in your routine. Start with just one of these today. Pick the easiest one. Do it tomorrow. Then do it the day after. That's how your brain stops translating and starts thinking. If this video helped you, share it with one friend who's learning English right now. They might need exactly this. See you in the next one.